So guys, this is a demo class on ETL automation testing. Okay. So this is a class where we will, automate the automation of manual, ETL testing. So manual ETL testing, we have done, lot of validations using the ETL tool, which was Informatica and SQL. Okay. So, and some portion of Unix also. So here we are going to guys, introduce you to ETL automation testing. And we are also going to introduce you to Gen AI testing and AI testing. And also guys, we will cover this, cloud-based ETL testing. So how can we, automate this cloud-based ETL testing? So my name is guys, Vikram. So you can call me, Vikram. Okay. And I have, guys, around 14 years of experience into ETL testing, into ETL manual and ETL automation testing. So I will, take the lectures on ETL automation testing. And if you have any doubts, anytime you can just ask me. So this is my, guys, so overall experience. Okay. And so we will start, guys, ETL automation testing lectures, and we'll try to understand what actually we are going to, learn in this session, and why it is required for an ETL manual tester, and what will be the benefit if you join our course as an ETL automation testing, and why it is on demand. So, guys, nowadays market requires, some skilled people who knows, Python, PySpark, Pandas. Okay, Pandas are guys, library of Python. They also require PyTest, which will be a framework for validation. And then they also require guys, cloud-based ETL testing. So cloud-based ETL testing, majorly we will cover, Azure. In this Azure, guys, we will cover, Azure data lake. Okay. So Azure data lake storage we will cover, and then we will cover the data bricks, which is very important. Snowflake portion we will cover, and then guys, end-to-end development of end-to-end. I can tell you the development of a pipeline and the validation from both the sides, guys, from on-premises to cloud, and also from guys cloud to cloud validation. On premises means a software which is installed in our, local machine. Okay. So using that local machine, how can we validate the data? How can we validate the data present in the cloud platform? In the cloud platform using guys, Python and PySpark and related codes. Okay. So how can we do that? This session, guys, not only Python, PySpark, Pandas, PyTest, Cloud, and Azure you will learn. We will also cover, guys, all the kind of validations, okay? All the kind of validations using automation. All the kind of validations like SCD validations. So manually, we have seen in our ETL testing, manual ETL testing. But here, how can we do the automation if there's a SCD validation, incremental load validation? How can we do the validation if this is, there are a lot of, transformations. Let's suppose there is something called as aggregate transformation, filter transformation. Lot of, transformations are there. Router transformation, shorter transformation. So all this, etc., guys, all this transformation, how can we, write the codes and do the validation? We'll also cover, guys, Azure, and we'll try to, compare it with, AWS. Okay, some portion how it is, matching with AWS. For Power BI, we will also tell you the approach. Let's suppose a Power BI report. How can we, connect it to the, different databases, and then, guys, and how can we automate the validations of Power BI and BI report testing. So how can we do that approach? Or let's suppose we get the differences between, source and target, and then can we, generate the report Okay, generate the report for the differences, and in the Power BI, how can we make a connection and we can generate the report. So this kind of approaches we will tell you. So this is, guys, the overall, content. So entire topics will be covered, guys. I have, maintained a interview session, okay, which is, Python interview questions, which will be covering, guys, all the, Python interview questions. So there are two portions in which we will teach you Python. One is, guys, coding portion. Let's suppose how to reverse a string. So these are, guys, coding questions. Okay, so two portions we will divide your sessions. Okay, one will be coding section where we will only, discuss the coding part, all the coding, lectures we will see, and one portion is, guys, theoretical portion. So where we will discuss the Python theory. So this is, guys, the package of Python we will tell. We will give you the material, and we will also give you, guys, recording access till this, till this December of 2026. We will give you the read-only access for December 2026. So this is for, guys, Python, and similarly we have, other contents also. So let me just show you that also. So there's something called as, guys, PySpark. So for PySpark, again, we have interview question, we have the normal PySpark material. So this is, guys, PySpark material. Then there is something called as, PyTest interview questions. And then we have, guys, GitHub. So we will be, also seeing some portion of, Git interview questions. How can we, connect to Git, and how can we, guys, use the Git commands for merging of the code, and then, for pulling the code in a GitHub and Git server. So all these things will be a part of this particular syllabus. And then, guys, we'll learn the project, for all the kind of validation. Okay, it's not unique here. It will not be a specific. It'll be DB to DB validation. Okay, be it be, guys, file to DB validation. Okay, or be it be, file to file validation, or be it be, for DB to, guys, file validation. Okay, all this, concepts we'll try to, see, and we'll try to, validate using the Python and PySpark codes. So all these things will be done in our, course, and it will be a, guys, complete transformation for you. So let's suppose I go to the, guys, transformation section. So let's suppose, if I show you what are the comparisons we have done. So this is, guys, row level comparison. Let's suppose there's a source data frame, target data frame, and if I want to compare the count between source and target, and then, guys, how to, put a if else for the source and target, count, and then getting the status as pass and fail, and then getting the result. This is, let's suppose, a simple example for count comparison. Similarly, guys, we will have count comparison using proper function. So let's suppose I want to create a function. This is a count check, and here this is a source and target, and we want to get the count, and we want to compare, and we want to get the result. Similarly, guys, using Spark SQL, how can we do that? So, so this is a method called, guys, Spark SQL, similar to, SQL. I will, teach you all these things in detail. As of now, we are just giving you a high level, detail, so that you can understand what is this course and how it will be beneficial for a ETL manual tester, and how it will be, completely, it will, upskill you. So this is, guys, Spark SQL. We create, temporary views, and then we compare the source and target. So this is one comparison. Similarly, guys, after count comparison, we will have data comparison. If there is a source data frame, target data frame. Data frame is like a table as of now, guys. So how can we, compare them using, using the normal code, using Spark SQL, or using other codes. So all these kinds of validation. This is, guys, mentioned here in our, validation transformation Spark 2.0 validation, which be it be duplicate validation, structure validation, count validation, or null validation. All these kinds of validations are present in our material. So this is, guys, with respect to the normal count and data. Let's suppose there's a aggregate transformation. Data is getting aggregated, loaded into the target. So this is, guys, SQL validation, and then we have written our, PySpark code to validate this source and target and their details. So this is, guys, different transformations are there. Be it be, aggregate transformation, filter transformation, router transformation. For everything, we have our, separate codes, which we will be, sharing you for all the transformation validations we have done. So everything we will be, guys, sharing you. Let's suppose this filter transformation. So first, how can we validate using SQL, and then how can we validate using PySpark? So this is, guys, one part of the validation which I am, explaining you. Now, this is, guys, one part of the things what we are going to cover. If I go to my Python, syllabus, so this is, guys, Python, material, which will be again, shared to you, which will start from introduction to Python with the, installation of Python. And then, guys, from the scratch, we will go, what is a variable? What is a way to run a Python code? What is a data type? What is a declaration? What are the operators? What is a range function? What are tokens in Python? What is slicing, string, common string operations? What is input in Python? Type conversion, mutable, immutable, list, tuple, set, dictionary, loop function, parameterization, instance variable, local variable, global variable, cell variable, file handling, exception handling, and oops concept. This is overall, guys, Python syllabus. Similarly, we have, guys, PySpark syllabus. So if I go to this, guys, PySpark syllabus, so how can you, know what are the contents of the PySpark we will take? So what are the types of a Spark API, how we install PySpark, how to activate the virtual environment, what is Spark architecture, what are the key features of PySpark, what is lazy evaluation in Spark, and then, guys, the codes we will start understanding that. Let's suppose select expression using where in the PySpark, how can we use multiple conditions? Similarly, guys, entire PySpark syllabus we are having. All this window function, RDD, all these things we will learn, in PySpark. Similarly, we have, material for, guys, PyTest. We have the material for Git. We have the material for, PyTest, and we have the material for Git. Okay, what is PyTest? What are the advantage of PyTest? What is the URL for PyTest framework? So all this, guys, all these things will be there. And we have, validated, guys, from the on-premises to the cloud. So let's suppose this is a, simple code we have, written for connecting to, guys, cloud platform. Nowadays, manual ETL testing, more than that, the cloud platform is preferred. This is, guys, how the cloud will, look. This is, guys, a data bricks, data bricks. Here's written data bricks. Here we write the codes, guys, as of now. So this is, guys, we are trying to, see how we have written the code in Databricks. This is something called as, Azure ADLS account. So in whenever you go and learn, guys, cloud. So in cloud, guys, this is called as portal dot, azure.com. So this is the URL to access the cloud platform. So there are two things, guys. One is data lake. Data lake is a place where we will store our, files and, folder files. We will, files, and it will also have the some folders if we want. Okay. So this is, guys, data lake, and then we will have, guys, data bricks. Data bricks is the core thing, guys, which will where we will, where we will actually write the codes. Okay. So this is the part where we'll actually write the codes, okay, in the data bricks. And then, guys, we will do two kinds of validations. So the two kinds of validations are one is, guys, we want to, validate from the, on premises. On premises in the sense, guys, uh, from our local system. If I want to, access the cloud platform, and then we need to, validate. So how can we, validate? And one is, guys, one is, using cloud to cloud, that we are in the cloud and then we want to validate. Let's suppose, guys, this is the code I written, for validating our data from the, from on premises to cloud. So what I did is that this particular, this particular code is written to access the cloud platform, which is present in the cloud, and then validate the data. So for that, guys, I have just, created a Spark session. Spark is something, guys, entry point to use any Spark, Spark thing. So that is called as, guys, Spark session we have created. This codes, guys, I will explain, in detail later. And then this is, guys, connection to this ADLS. I told you Azure Data Lake is a place where we will store the files. So this is what, guys, we have to give the Azure account name, container name, key, and this configuration setup needs to be done for the Azure if we want to, access this data lake. And then, guys, we'll make a method for the, source, whatever the source is there and whatever the target is there. And then we will compare the data. And for that, we have written another method to compare the source and target. And this is, guys, this is showing me the source data frame. Data frame is as of now table. This is, target data frame. And this is, guys, comparison. No record has come because this is, completely pass. So the comparison what we have done, guys, is in our, local system. If you want, we can, do this same comparison here also. And this is called, guys, notebook. Here we are, this is, this tick marks does, this is, pass. This is what, guys, the account name, container name. There's a particular key. This is these things we will learn, guys, later. But as of now, this is something, some values for the account name, container name, and this is the key which is required to access the, data lake. This is the configuration setup. This is the path what we are giving this for the source and target. I will show you this path also. This is, we are reading the data. To read the data, we write this code spark.read.format option and dot load and the path. So these things we will, discuss in detail. So this is, guys, source data frame. And similarly, this is, this is a target data frame. Let it get, guys, executed. And then, guys, we are comparing, using except all source data frame, target data frame, the differences it will show, and the target data frame shows data frame, the differences it will show. There's no difference. That's why it is showing, null record. So this is, guys, executed. So if you come here, guys, this is, guys, your actual, AD, cloud platform. So in this, guys, you can go here and you can search your, storage account. Let's suppose I have created a storage account for the January batch. So this is, this is the batch, this is the storage account. And in this storage account, guys, we have kept our files, we go to container section under this data storage, and we go to this container. Container is like a folder where we will keep our, source folder and target folder I have created. So this is, guys, source folder where we have kept a file emp.csv. And similarly, this is a target folder where, we loaded this, target file. So this is what, guys, in this validation using, Databricks, I was trying to, show you. So this is, guys, this is the overall concept of the validation using, using cloud to cloud, because this is, guys, in the Databricks only. Okay, these things are in the Databricks only. Here, the path I have given is, this is, guys, in the container name and the storage name, and then dfs.code.window.net. This is required to connect to cloud platform. There's a source folder, there's a source file, there's a target folder, target file. And once we are set up with the path, we are creating the data frame. Data frame is like table, I have told, and then we are using, guys, except all to validate. So as of now, guys, you are getting some understanding that how we are doing, cloud to cloud validation using Databricks. And I showed you one code, guys, here how we have, connected from our local system to the cloud platform by creating a Spark session, by connecting to ADLS, and then, guys, creating a method to read the source file, and then creating a method to read the target files, and then comparing them using, except all, and then showing the result. This is from on premises to cloud, but this one, the next one I have showed is what, guys, cloud to cloud. Again, we will see, guys, how to create a, entire, entire storage account. How can we create a storage account? How can we create a container? How can we create a ADF, and how can we, create a pipeline? How can we, run the pipeline? So all those things, guys, will be covered as a part of this. So we are not only covering, guys, testing part, we will also cover, guys, end to end, development of the pipeline. Development of, pipeline. Pipeline means, so, the pipeline is in used in ADF, which is called as, Azure Data Factory. This is somewhat like your ETL tool. Okay, ETL tool. This is the ETL tool in cloud platform. So the work of ETL tool is what, guys? Anyone knows what is the work of ETL tool? Anyone knows, guys, what is the work of ETL tool? What about, Kirti, Raj, guys? Anyone can tell me what is the work of ETL
It
tool?
extracts data and loads data into the target system based on the
Yes.
transformations provided.
So overall, it will load the data from source and target. If I told you in a very simple
Yes.
way, yes or no? It will load the data, guys, from the source, to the target, it will load the data. Yes or no, guys? So it will, load the data. So the same thing it is done by, guys, ADF, ADF in cloud platform. It will take the data from the source and then it will load the data into the target. For that, guys, in Informatica, there is something called as workflow. Okay, workflow means, you will run that workflow and data will be loaded. Here there is something called as, guys, pipeline. So pipeline, we will, run the pipeline and data will be loaded from source to target. In my, previous batches, I have, created a few, pipelines. I'll show you guys, end to end, on the pipeline, how it was, created. So you have to guys, go to the data factory. First, we'll create the data factory, and then we will, create a pipeline, and then we will, run the pipeline, and then end to end development plus testing. One module I, teach so that person can understand. It's not, testing will be understood once you understand the what the developers are doing. So this is called guys, pipelines. This is, this is a particular, source to target pipeline, guys. Here we have to mention our source. Okay, whatever the source we are taking. Sync is something called as, target. So whatever the target is there, we will, mention here. We have to create guys something called as data set, linked services. All those things I'll tell you later. As of now, this is source, this is sync is target, and then guys, this is trigger. We run that, and then once we run this, the data is loaded from source to target. These are the activities, guys. So move and transform. So I've taken one activity, copy data, so that we can copy data from source to target. This is called as guys, ADF, which is similar to the ETL tool, which is used in our manual ETL testing. So we are using here, guys, cloud platform to load the data from source to target. We are using cloud platform to validate the data, and we are using cloud platform to store the data in data lake. So that is, guys, data lake is like a storage account where we'll store the data, and here ADF is like a ETL tool which is used to load the data from source to target, and Databricks will use, guys, for validation of data. So this is, guys, one particular, Power BI tool. I don't know. This is kind of one kind particular, BI reporting tool is called as, guys, Power BI. So Power BI, guys, very popular tool, to make a connection for anyone. Let's suppose I want to, make a connection from Excel, or I want to make a connection from any of the, databases, or anywhere, guys, so we can just, write any, any. Let's suppose we want to make a connection from Oracle database or any database, guys. You can just, give the server name here, and then you can, guys, you first, write down these things, guys. If, let's suppose the server name is this one, localhost and 1521, and this is the XC. So if you give this, this particular server name, then guys, you will be connected to particular database. This is my Oracle database, guys. From here, this is the host name, this is the port name, this is the SID name. So this, based on this, guys, one server name needs to be connected, made. So this is what is the server name we have created, and this is the username and the password. So this is what, guys, we are just trying to make a connection from the source, from the Power BI to the particular, guys, to the particular database, and we can, load the data from the particular database to our particular Power BI, and we can generate the report. So for the validation purpose, I will be, using the, let's suppose I have got the differences and all. So I will try to, use the Power BI to show you the differences and generate the reports. So this is, part B. And for Power BI automation testing, guys, that also technique I will tell you. Let's suppose I want to, automate this Power BI. With respect to data level testing, I will, guys, tell you. So how to, automate and validate this, Power BI's reports, and how can we do, what is the approach we can take. There are a lot of, guys, approaches, what will be, taught to you. So here, is not only, we'll tell you, guys, different, validations using, Python and pandas. How can we, validate using Python and PySpark? How can we validate you? Okay, and then using Python, PySpark, and guys, PyTest. How can we validate? And then, guys, using only Python codes, how can we, validate? So a lot of, guys, approaches we will give you. Okay, so how the approach will be done, for the validation of different datas, and different, be it be, creating a data frame and validating, be it be creating a temp view and then validating, or, guys, be it be, not creating the data frame or not creating a temp view, and then a normal approach in case, there are multiple, tables. Let's suppose there are 1000 tables in, source, and 1000 tables in, target. So what will be the approach to, validate this one? What can be the code written for validation of multiple tables, and multiple tables in source, and multiple tables in, in the target? So how can we, guys, do that kind of validations in case, there are, multiple, files or multiple tables? So how can we, do? So some one example I have just written for you guys to understand. Let's suppose this is a case, guys. When multiple files are there. Similarly, there can be multiple tables, and so multiple tables in the source, multiple table in the target, 1,000 table in the source and target, or 1,000 files in the source or target. So I have taken two files to just make you explain. So what is the approach we will be using? Let's suppose this is called, guys. This is initiating the Spark session. This is like an entry point for using guys Spark. We always have to create a Spark session to use this, guys, Python, and to use this PySpark. PySpark is like Python and Spark integrated API to use Spark using Python. So we learned we learned something called as PySpark. Else else you cannot use Python language. So that is why we came to learn, guys, PySpark. So this is, guys, the Spark session, which is the entry point for Spark session. We define the metadata. Metadata is something, the source path, what is the source path, what is the target path, what is the file format, what is the primary key column, what is the null check columns we are going to take. This is for, let's suppose, file one. Again, this is, guys, this is for EMP file, and this is the EMP source and EMP target. Similarly, we have taken a table metadata for department file. This is the source file, let's suppose, for this department file, and this department target file, and this file format is CSV. These are the primary key column, these are the null key column. So this is, guys, table metadata we have first of all defined. And then we have written, guys, generic method. Let's suppose I want to do the row count check. So I will pass this source target source data frame and target data frame and find the count between them. And we have written a ternary operator. Ternary operator, I will tell you guys, one line statement to to write the if else. So if the source count equals to target count, then it is pass, else it is fail, and return the source count and target count and the status. Similarly, we have written for the null check one method. Let's suppose we have written declared an empty dictionary. I will tell you guys all those things, what is a dictionary, how it is used, and all those things. As of now, just whatever you can understand, try to understand the level of code what we are going to teach you actually in this session. So this guy is something called as some method we are written for null check. There's some method, group by this column, and then it's similar to SQL. We're filtering the count and greater than one, and we are trying to find this count for the duplicate values. And then this is, guys, source minus target using except all. And then, guys, the validation result, we have declared an empty list. List is like a array, guys. Again, I will discuss it when I will teach you Python. And then we have put a for loop similar to any other language, guys, in this metadata. And we are trying to extract the source part, target part, file part, primary key, null check columns. And then, guys, we are creating a source data frame, target data frame, and then we are calling this methods. Let's suppose row count check, passing the source data frame, target data frame, and getting the, guys, source count, target count, and the status. Similarly, we are calling null check method, duplicate check method, data compare check method, and final status we are getting pass if, the count status is pass and all these things are zero, else we'll get it as failed. And then we have appended, means we have added these values in this particular, list. And we have this, these are the columns, because to create a data frame, we require data and the column. Again, I will discuss all these things. And then we have created a, guys, data frame for the output of the result for the multiple file, comparison. So let's suppose there are 100 tables. So how can we, 100 or 100 files, then we will, the approach will be what? I don't want to, teach you the code level. I just wanted to tell you what is the approach as an ETL automation tester we can, take. So first we'll define the metadata. That means the what is the file or what is the table. And then, guys, we'll writing the generic methods. And then what we are doing, guys, we are putting a for loop for that metadata. And then we are creating the data frames for source and target. And then we are calling those method by passing the source and target, passing the source and target data frame. And then, guys, whatever our final result is, that we are displaying as a, data frame. So this is, guys, this is what is the output. It has, compared the source and target, and we have got the output. So this will be the approach in case there is, multiple files or multiple tables. And one approach I have told you, guys, in case we want to validate, guys, cloud related validation from on premises to cloud validation, and all the kind of, guys, transformation validations, be it be, any, unique level of data are getting from source to target with, lot of transformation. Then how can we approach that, and how can we validate that? So entire thing, this course will be, compromising. And this course is, guys, it will take time. It cannot be, I tell, guys, around 2.5 months, 2 to 2 point, 2 to 2.5 months. So it takes time, guys, because one by one we learn. First we learn, guys, only Python. So it will only take a lot of time. Then we learn, guys, PySpark, and then we learn the installation of the software, and then we learn the syntax, and then we learn, guys, how to use this PySpark, and then we learn, the features of PySpark, and then how can we use it, and how can we convert this PySpark to pandas, or how can we convert this pandas to PySpark, and why this PySpark came into picture, what is parallel processing, what is big data testing. Okay. So it's, guys, it's so comparison, it compromising of, lot of, guys, lot of, content. Okay. So a lot of things we will tell you, guys, for big data testing, what is the file format, why we require, Avro file format, Parquet file format, and why this, big data testing came into picture, why not, normal, traditional, databases are required, or what are the places, places where, normal, databases are required, like Oracle and SQL Server or DB2 or Teradata, Netezza, anything, what is the normal, database, why it, why it failed. Because, guys, when there is, 7 petabyte of data. Okay. So means, first, it is, guys, kilobyte, then it become, megabyte 1024, then it goes to gigabyte 1024, then it goes to terabyte, pentabyte, exabyte, hexabyte. So now, guys, 7 petabyte was, the capacity of Facebook. So this kind of data, guys, if I write, select a star from a table, it will take, guys, lot of time to, execute. Okay. So for that, guys, we have to do something called as, parallel processing. And that is why, guys, big data, came into picture. We have, multiple computers, which are called as nodes. Again, I will teach you all those things. And then it will, work get distributed and it became faster. But for a, guys, very big set of data, for a very big set of data, we'll go with what, guys? Big data testing. Else we will go with, guys, if it's a small set of data, then, normal DB only we will, take. So all the kinds of data, guys, be it, structured data, okay. BT, what is structured, semi-structured, and non-structured data? Anyone knows? Or unstructured data? Have you heard about these things?
Uh, Structured data is it data which the data is specified in the form of table with rows and columns, and
Okay.
unstructured data can be kind of any file formats or images, videos,
Semi-structured data?
other than
So semi-structured
a kind.
data, yeah, is structured up to an extent. Okay. We can tell it what, guys? Structured up to an extent. Okay. And it can, guys, it can be converted into structured data, like, like your HTML format. Okay. Your HTML format, XML format. So these are, guys, structured up to an, up to an extent. It's not in the form of rows and columns, but it can be converted into rows and columns. That is called as, guys, semi-structured data. And then, guys, unstructured data, guys, like images and like your images and, videos. These are called as, guys, unstructured data. So any kind of validations of the files, be it be semi-structured, structured, or unstructured, we will be covering this. Apart from that, guys, CI/CD, we will be covering it, and then also the Git part, we will be covering, why it is, required, and how can we do that, guys. So all this, guys, fully, automated test cases, fully automated, test cases, and the approaches, how can we, validate validate, multiple files, or, multiple tables, or single file or single table, or any kind of, transformation logic is required. How can we, do from on premises or from cloud, or make connection to any of the database, and then, be it be, guys, let's suppose this is an Oracle database. So how can you convert it into a data frame, or, be it be, let's suppose it can be a Postgres, database. How can we convert it into a data frame, or it will be a Snowflake database. So how can we, convert it into a, guys, data frame, and how can we do the validation? Because if we do, guys, if we go to our cloud platform, it is, very, difficult, guys. Cloud platform, it becomes, very difficult, because, we have the source and we have the target. But what we'll do is that, guys, let's suppose, source is on premises. On premises in the sense, source is Oracle installed in our system. Okay. So this is in our local system, guys, and target is in our cloud. Okay. So target is in a cloud. Okay. Let's suppose it is a Snowflake. Okay. Snowflake database. So Snowflake database, what will happen, guys? This is cloud means, you give a URL and you can, access it. So that is called as, guys, cloud. So now how we will validate, how we will, validate manually. Anyone knows how can we validate manually? Anyone knows any approach? Anyone, what about, Kirti or Nagarjuna or Pratibha? Anyone has, any idea? Let's suppose your source is a Oracle database and target is a, cloud-based database. Let's suppose Snowflake or SQL Server, which is present in the cloud platform. So let's suppose I have to validate, 100 records. So how can I validate that? Anyone knows any approach?
So we'll execute the queries both in Oracle on-premises as well as a cloud database. So we'll execute both queries like source data as well as the target. We'll consider Oracle as a source and the cloud as a target. We'll execute both, and we'll be exporting the data into an Excel format, and we'll be doing comparisons on one record.
Yeah, very good, Raj. So what we will do, guys, let's suppose this is our Oracle, okay? So this is Oracle, guys, you can, write your, code for any of the, for any of the table. Let's suppose this is a employee table. So this data you can export it into, guys, into a particular, let's suppose we can export it into Excel. And similarly, guys, we can go to cloud, okay, with the URL, okay. So we can go to the cloud platform, and if any database is there, we can, export the data into an Excel, and we can do, guys, Excel to Excel validation, Excel to Excel validation. That is the, normal, approach we take, using, guys, VLOOKUP or, conditional formatting. So a lot of, lot of, guys, techniques are there to validate, Excel to Excel validation, and then we can do. But this is not the right approach, guys. Let's suppose there are 1 crore data in source and 1 crore data in target. Then, you cannot, export it into Excel. Excel will hang, or, that will not get the correct, validation. That is not the correct, approach. So that time, guys, automation, pitch into picture, and then what we do is that we created a data frame for the, for the Oracle database. Okay. And then, guys, we created a data frame for the, for the, Snowflake database. And then what we do is that, guys, we started, comparing this, data frame to data frame comparison, data frame to data frame comparison. Okay. Data frame versus data frame comparison. And then, guys, our work became easy, and directly we were getting the validation, guys, without, exporting anything and doing all those things. So this is the, guys, approach what we will take when we will go for the validation of on-premises to cloud, or when we will, compare, guys, let's suppose, Oracle is our, local system, and target is, guys, Snowflake. So this is, guys, this is are the, guys, overall content what we are going to, teach you. And this will, really help you, guys, be it, BI automation testing, or how can we, do this, BI testing, or how, connection to a database and then getting the data and all those. What is the job of a BI developer? What is the job of a BI tester? What is the difference between them, and how they are doing, how we are doing, and how can we, compare, guys, all the data with different scenarios. So everything will be, covered as a part of our, syllabus. So it will, definitely, guys, we have, guys, a CV preparation. We will, prepare your CV, and then for the automation profile only, and then, we'll take the mock interview and all those things, guys. It will take, lot of, time. And then, guys, you need to also be, prompt, and you need to, put the effort. And I will also, guys, put the effort. You can have seen my lectures in YouTube. I don't know how many of you have seen. So anyone has, gone through my YouTube lecture, guys? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So, so you can, guys, go to my YouTube, lecture. You can see, guys, I have been, teaching from, guys, 14 years. Okay. This is a vast experience for, with respect to ETL. This is my, guys, channel. Okay. This is VTS Technocrats. So this is Vikram Testing Solutions. My name is only Vikram. Okay. So you can see, guys, how many subscriber I have, and you can see, guys, my the lectures what I take. If you see my popular lectures, you can see, guys, how many people, view my lectures with respect to ETL testing and all. So guys, I have been, teaching these things from many years and I've been working simultaneously. So this, syllabus will completely, guys, give a powerful impact in your, career. If you want to, guys, see the CV what I have prepared, you can just, see, have a, look on the CV what I have prepared. That will also, guys, very, let's suppose, the test ownership and a strategy. So, define and own the overall testing strategy for data pipeline, model, and reporting solutions. Established automation testing framework and ensure they are embedded in delivery process. As a subject matter expert for data testing, advising engineers and stakeholders. Generally, I get, experienced people more than 10 year, 12 year, 15 year, 17 year, 20 year, and 3 year, 4 year. But I generally I get, senior people because this is completely upgrading of the, knowledge. So see, guys, hands-on testing. I have, written design and executed test across data ingestion, transformation, storage, and presentation layer. Implemented automation validation for data pipeline, Databricks notebook, ADF, workflow, ADLS. Validated Power BI dashboard reports for data accuracy, performance, and usability. Perform exploratory regression and performance testing as required. Set up data quality checks, reconciliation process, and monitoring. Ensure, compliance and data, security, governance, and requirement. Integrated test cases into CI/CD pipeline to ensure, quality gets. And then work closely with the data engineer to embed, testing as source. Partner with architect and product owner to define, acceptance criteria. Represent, testing, consideration in sprint planning and delivery, reviews. So this is, guys, experience. So guys, the way I have, scheduled the, my CV, and I will, further modify this, those things, guys, you will get, nowhere, guys, the entire, strong tech, track record as a test engineer in data engineering or analytics platform, expertise in, Azure data services like, ADL, ADF, ADLS, Power BI, Databricks, proficiency in SQL data profiling test. We'll see, guys, what is data profiling, data mining, data mockup, data masking, data purging. All those concepts will be, covered as a part of our syllabus. So now hands-off experience in test automation framework using Python, PySpark. Great expectation. Some portion I will tell you. PyTest, DB test, or equivalent. Practical knowledge on CI/CD and Azure DevOps, GitHub, or similar. And this is, guys, this is the particular CV which is completely, guys, made in a very, precise way. I don't want to discuss the project, guys, which is very, very specific. The people who will join, I will, discuss the project and how to tell with the, with the interview set of questions and how to, tell, interviewer for the interview questions when it will be asked and how to explain, guys, projects. The projects will be, guys, different projects, data migration, data archival, data retrieval, and the validation for those projects will be done. What are the approaches and how you have to, give a solid introduction and how you have to tell, guys, your experience. But because when you tell, I work as a test lead, test manager, or a senior tester, the expectation is very high. So what is the way we will explain our project? Not only one project, multiple projects, and those things, guys, I will discuss separate, lecture is there for the interview and project explanation. So this is, guys, overall, guys, the syllabus of ETL automation testing, which will, guys, definitely help you to, upgrade your syllabus to learn something which is, which will be required for, any, manual ETL tester, and it will not be, if a person knows only manual ETL testing, they cannot, match the skill set what after doing this course you will, learn. You can, guys, ask any question when I will, take the sessions, and anytime you have, any doubts, you can, ask the questions, and you can, intervene anytime. And this question, this syllabus will definitely, guys, upgrade you from your ETL manual thing to the ETL automation. In the market, guys, if you go ETL manual testing is now, no one will, take the interview only on ETL manual testing, especially for experienced people. They will ask you, guys, have you worked in ETL automation testing, and how you have you automated the manual test cases, and what is your, approach, and how you have validated all those things, guys, nicely I will, explain you. So now, guys, this is the, plan. It takes time, guys. Every topic I will, go in depth, be it be Python or PySpark or any other, topic. So, guys, you have, any doubts, you can just, ask. And I'll today's recording also I will, share you. You can just have this, guys, as a understanding of for the ETL automation testing. What are the things required? What are the contents required? what are the syllabus required. So many people ask me, sir, can you give me the syllabus and all those things, guys. This requires, for a person to attend the demo to understand, guys. The syllabus only is very, very, vast, and it's not, very, very, easy syllabus. So everything needs to be, needs to be understood. That's why I give a detailed, explanation in the, demo lecture, so that anyone can, see and understand what are the contents required for ETL automation testing. How, guys, Gen AI came into, how, Gen AI and AI testing came into picture. How can we, guys, in Gen AI and AI testing, guys, I will show you guys, how to create, guys, someone is asking some question, guys, let's suppose, he is asking, Snowflake, what you will cover, guys. Snowflake, I will cover, guys, how to, 1 month. I will come to that question. Let me just complete this one. The ETL automation testing, guys, the Gen AI and AI testing. What we will do is, guys, in this AI testing, we will create the agents. Have you heard about this, agents? Yes or no, guys? Yes. So nowadays, there's something called as, Gen AI agents. We'll create the agent and we'll see, how this, AI agents can be used to, to the validation part with respect to Gen AI testing, and how can we do using Gen AI for specific, ETL automation testing. How can we use, or ETL manual testing? How can we use this, Gen AI testing, and what is the role of, AI testing here? Now, guys, with this Snowflake, I will give you guys, 1 month, we can, take the, 1 month free trial access for the Snowflake. If you guys, go to, Snowflake, you can just, take 1 month, free trial access to, to Snowflake, and then you can create an account, guys. Okay, create an account. I'll tell you how to create an account. Simply you have to give username, password, and all those things, and then you one access, one account will be created in Snowflake. Then we will create, guys, one particular, data warehouse and one particular, schema, and then we will create, guys, one particular, table, or two particular, multiple tables we will create, and then, guys, we'll see, guys, how can we, how can we use this Snowflake, as the validation. How can we, how can we use, this, cloud-based, cloud-based DB for the validation. So cloud-based DB, guys, as the validation. So a lot of, databases are there, guys. One of the, database is, Snowflake for the, cloud-based, testing. So there are a lot of, guys, lot of, cloud-based, tool. One of the, code we'll take, guys, let's suppose we'll create a database for the, Snowflake, and we'll create a schema, we'll create a table, we'll create a role. The Snowflake has, a thing called as something called as role. Means as a tester, you are accessing the particular data, or as a, developer, you are accessing the particular data. How can we assign that role to a particular user, granting the database and schema privileges and the table privileges, switching the rows, querying, and then, guys, creating the table, inserting the data, and then using this for, validation purpose. So all these things, you can just, guys, when I will, teach you, guys, Snowflake, I'll tell you, guys, if you want, you can just, create a Snowflake, free account now, because it's a completely free account. My account is on, already used, so I'll create later, guys. You can go here, you can just write, Snowflake free trial account. So you can just, give, keep, changing your mail ID, else you will have to pay. So you can just go and, guys, take a, 1 month, try it for free. You can just go here, guys, and you can just, give your first name, last name, working email, and then why you are signing, and then you can just, click on continue. You will get a code in your Gmail, whatever email ID you will get, and then, guys, you'll get a, a data cloud free for 30 days, and then, guys, you will go to a free account of this Snowflake database. Again, I will teach you all these things. So these are the portion where, guys, we'll be covering in this, Snowflake. So how to make a connection, guys, for the Snowflake or any other databases. So those things, as a part of, cloud-based, cloud-based testing, we will be, covering. Now, guys, I think, guys, I have, explained you guys what are the contents, because the content itself is very, very, long. So I just, first I, deliver, whatever I have to, tell, because the content is very long, and I know some push, some people have a lot of, doubts. So the doubt session, guys, today, now I will, entertain your doubt session. If you have any, please, guys, can ask any question, and you can, let me know. If anyone has any, guys, any doubts, you can just, let me know.
So, any prerequisites apart from manual ETL testing to learn this course?
No, no, there's
So
no,
anything in part of coding we need to know.
no, 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 nothing you have to, guys, as a part of this course prerequisite is, nothing, just you have to be, guys, patientful for this, even SQL portion, when I teach you PySpark, I compare this SQL with this, PySpark. That's why, it becomes little easy. Let's suppose select count start from EMP. This will give the count of records from EMP table. So let's suppose in PySpark, if I have to write this, code, so I will write df.count. So this is, guys, Spark. What we will do, guys, we have to, comparing this, SQL with, SQL versus, PySpark, so that, we will, revise you the SQL portion also, and then you will learn, guys, PySpark portion also, and then, guys, we can, compare also this, SQL with the PySpark. So that way, guys, it will become, very, very easy because we will, compare this Spark with this, PySpark. So there is no prerequisite, guys, just you attend the class, guys, even you guys, even the SQL portion I am, making you, making you, guys, making you revised. Tell me, guys, any more doubts? Anyone has any, doubts, guys? This is a, topic where, you can have, guys, a lot of doubts and things. You can, guys, please, ask any question you have in your mind. You can just, let me know.
So mainly this will be focused on Python, PySpark, or even Pandas will be taught as part of it.
Both we will teach. If you go to my, PySpark, but PySpark, the problem with pandas is no, it is restricted to your, RAM capacity. Okay. So what happens is, let's suppose you have a 16 GB RAM. Okay. And you're putting a 16 GB data. That's fine. But if you put 24 GB data, your pandas data frame will not work. So a small set of data, pandas data frame is completely okay, and we can, validate. But it's a huge set of data, guys. We have to, mandatorily go for, mandatorily go for PySpark, data frame. That's why, guys, in my syllabus, we are, comparing, guys, Python with, PySpark with pandas. And then, guys, we are, telling you, guys, what is the, difference between pandas data frame and PySpark data frame, and how can we, convert this pandas data frame to a PySpark data frame, and why, guys, we go for, PySpark data frame and not this, guys, PySpark, pandas data frame, and when we can go for, guys, pandas data frame, and when we can go for, guys, PySpark data frame. Let's suppose, guys, how to convert this pandas data frame to PySpark data frame. Let's suppose this is a, we are getting, converting this pandas data frame to PySpark data frame. How can we, convert? And then we similarly, guys, we have, creating a data frame from the pandas. How can we create a data frame from the pandas? And if we want to convert a pandas data frame to a PySpark data frame, how can we convert, or reverse, PySpark data frame to pandas data frame? So how can we, convert? Let's suppose this is a reverse to convert a PySpark data frame to a pandas, and previous was pandas to PySpark data frame. And what is the comparison of, pandas data frame with the PySpark data frame? When we will go for pandas data frame? When we will go for PySpark data frame? For when, according to the requirement, we can, go for pandas data frame or PySpark data frame. So we have, nicely understand, we'll nicely, explain you, guys, why we will require, PySpark data frame, and why we'll require pandas data frame, what is the difference between them, and when to go for which data frame, and how can we do the validation. Tell me, guys, any more, doubts you have, please, ask, guys. Asking, question is, you should not, hesitate. You can ask, guys, as many as question you have, no, please, ask. Any more, doubts? Anyone, Kirti, you have any doubt? Nagarjuna, Prashant, Puneet, anyone, has any, Rama Raju, anyone, this is, guys, this topics, you can ask from any portion, guys, be, Python, PySpark, Pandas, PyTest, cloud-based, any portion you have, doubts, guys, Power BI testing or DB to DB, file to file, all these things, whatever we have discussed. So, guys, you have any, doubts in your mind, please, ask questions. No doubts, Kirti? You
Yeah,
have any doubt? Yeah, tell me. Yes, yes.
yeah. So actually, I have a question. So, suppose we completed this course, so how much it will impact on our career? Because nowadays, there is something called vibe coding, right? So, companies are trying to get the employees on that. So, to use that tool, right? So if we learn this automation,
Mm,
so and there is also, as I told you, vibe coding tools
mm.
now, so that will also do the automation on uh, database. So how this will help us, and how it will be useful in future or not. So, and there is also something like that, there will be inbuilt agents in most of the tools that will do the validation and all.
Yeah, but what we will teach, we will give whatever the agents, how it is created, and the approaches we require, right? No matter whatever tools are there, but there are a lot of ETL automation tool in the market. Okay, if you go guys, if you search, there you will get a lot of ETL automation tool. One of the tool is query search. So if you learn guys, this kind of tools, these are guys, for commercial tools. Okay, and then why is what happen guys, these commercial tools are very very expensive, and we have to learn this guys tools. And but Python and PySpark guys is completely free. Okay, any company will go with the free tool. It's not we are not charging anything for Python and PySpark. We can when I will install this Python PySpark, so a company will think according to the purpose of their finance also guys, because what Python and PySpark, these things are coming in completely guys, free of cost, and you can just install and you can just validate one part, comparing to the other commercial tools. So for completely finance is completely guys gone. And then guys, we can customize our tool, but codes, but commercial tools, guys, we have to use it in the format what they want. But here what we have, the codes or the frameworks or the approaches, we can come we can change based on the transformations and whatever logics validation. Let's suppose it is SCD type 2 validation, then we can write the code and we can completely customize our code and we can do the validation. We have to know the approach guys. Knowing a tool is not that valuable unless and until you know the entire concept of everything, be it be a framework, be it be a Python, be it be a approach, if it is a file to file, DB to DB, or DB to file, or cloud to on premises to cloud, or pushing everything to Git and GitHub, and then making a connection to the cloud and then extracting the values. If we don't know these approaches guys, knowing a particular tool which is a commercial will not will not help you. You can use this kind of concepts guys, whatever will be taught in this particular syllabus, in any of the project, any in your working projects.
uh,
Or yeah, tell me.
yeah, so now, yeah, so as you mentioned that there will be we will be using Python and PySpark, as they are the open source languages. So, but we need to automation. Suppose if we did automation once, then we need to run it weekly or daily,
No, no,
right?
no, no, no. I will tell you a approach, where, you will, in Databricks, there is a approach called as, in Databricks, there is a approach called as, workflow schedule. Okay. So I will tell you how to create a
But yeah,
workflow.
but Databricks will be, if we use Databricks, that will be that then there will be cost involved, right?
Yeah, cost involved, but we are scheduling, right? We can,
Okay.
schedule the notepad, whenever, which time. See, but cloud Azure is on high demand, right? Even though it is, commercial, but it is, far better than any tool. And any company, you go as a, a data engineer or a data tester, they will, definitely go with the cloud tool. In Databricks, we can, create a workflow and schedule it, and then we can sleep, and then it will, execute. I'll tell you all those approaches. It will execute the code and it will give the result also. But it is comparatively far better than any other commercial tool which has limited access and limited things we can fill. So it is not restricted thing. We can go with any transformation and any scheduling of the things. So cloud is already already in market. If you by learning this course guys, I will tell you what is the what is the data engineers doing, what is the data analyst post, what is the data tester doing. Everything guys, whether it is a data engineer, whether a person wants to become a data tester or a data analyst, everyone has to mandatorily learn Python, PySpark, and its related cloud. No one can tell that we don't know Python, PySpark, we know one tool and then it's over. No, because guys, this profile, if you do the course guys, you can easily think as a analyst or a data scientist everywhere guys. This Python, PySpark, and the cloud tools are required. So it will be, guys, heavy weightage to your CV when you tell, these things. Even if I, person who knows, ETL manual testing and some ETL tools, they will not be, guys, given that much preference because, guys, the development part also I will tell you, what a data engineer is doing, what a data tester is doing, what are, if someone wants this syllabus, we can, enhance to the data scientist or any other data analyst. So everyone guys has to mandatorily know these things. And we are specifying, guys, as a data tester, how can we, we are not, guys, a manual tester, we are SDET, software development engineer in test. That means we are a developer only, but we are in testing because we also develop a framework. Okay, we also develop the codes, we also know the how to validate from on premises to cloud. So we also have to develop the CI/CD, we also have to do the coding part. So we cannot be, taken as a tester, guys. We are also a developer, but in the portion of testing. That is why this profile is called as SDT, Software Development Engineer in Test. So this will, guys, tell me if a person knows only, ETL manual testing and then he knows, some tool, and a person who knows, entire end-to-end Python, PySpark, PyTest, Git, Cloud, and then all the validations and Gen AI and AI, the weightage of the particular person's CV and the weightage of the person who knows or some manual portion, the weightage will be much more. Yes or no, guys? What do you think? So this is what guys. We will
Yeah, yeah.
this is the way, guys. We will approach, and this is the way we will guys cover.
And,
So
and one
yeah.
more thing I have. So in Gen AI and Gen AI, so what you will be covering actually? So in that, how much confidence we can show that uh, we are doing the Gen AI testing?
So for Gen AI, we will cover the syllabus for generative AI.
That means it's covering also machine learning
Gen AI,
testing.
no, we are not, covering machine learning. We are creating the agents. Okay. So the ETL agents we will cover. Okay. And then we will create the agent. And then using these agents, how can we, use it in our ETL testing? That
Okay,
portion we will
so
get.
you are saying that okay, this means we are creating actually the agent here, so it will be doing the testing for us.
Yes. Yes.
So
How? Yeah, tell me.
okay, so in which environment it will be done? Like Azure or AWS, where?
No, no, there's a open AI platform. When I will teach you Gen AI, okay, then there's a open AI platform, and how to utilize that agent in our codes. Those things I will discuss when I will teach you guys open AI, and how we can create the agent, and how can we utilize those things in our normal validation. So
Okay,
those codes.
so this agent will be so as I am thinking that something like that. Suppose if we have created an agent, now we have the some fact tables and dimension tables, and if we directly so agent means we can chat with the agent, right?
Yeah, you can pass the
So
yeah, you can pass the
suppose
prompts
if I
definitely.
want to check what are the sales for this particular day, so he will give us answer, right? Something like that.
No, no, this agent is, the agents are created for specific, instructions what we give. When I will teach you, Gen AI agent. So if you want, sales for a particular, product, okay, for a particular dimension table, we'll create an agent. So that specific agent will give the, product for the particular, area. Or if I have created a ETL automation agent, that will work for a specific projects. So for a particular, specific area, specific, agents will be created. If you want a sum of a sale, we have created an agent. It will give the same sum of the sale. And if I am creating a specific agent for ETL automation codes, I'll get the agent for that. And I will tell you guys, how to create a test case and STTM and user utilizing that. All those things, using, AI, how can we, create the test case? How can we create all those things? Just we'll give the STTM and how can we, generate the test case and all those things. So those things also we will cover as a part of AI testing. Gen AI will be a very, very specific agent, which will, cover for a specific portion of validation, what you want. How can a Gen AI agent be created and how can we will, utilize it for the validation purpose? So guys, this
Okay.
is the a very very preliminary round of guys introduction I have given you. Okay, because this is a course where you will see there's a lot of discussion, and lot of things will happen for this particular syllabus. This is definitely will you will be definitely upgraded. And definitely, guys, I'll start from the scratch, guys. Believe me, I have shown you this syllabus also. And from the scratch, what is Python to the installation to the guys, most difficult code. I will take that, and the interview questions is separate. So it will definitely, guys, help you. So if you want, guys, to join, then guys, you can let me know, and I will guys, stop the